Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, before we get into the show, first off, man, if you haven't done this already, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video will come out because I'm here each and every single week. So make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. And then next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. You click on that bell. And when you click on that bell, you'll be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded. And one last thing, don't forget to be awesome. So yeah, don't forget to be awesome. And yeah, man, sit back, chillax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink because you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now today on the Ryan Awesome Show, we'll be talking about NXT TakeOver 36. Oh my gosh, man, this is one hell of a show, man. Great show, bro. Great wrestling matches. You know, it was a hell of a lot better than SummerSlam last night. You know, SummerSlam it wasn't all that good last night. SummerSlam was not all that good last night, but tonight, man, tonight was my SummerSlam. Tonight was SummerSlam. It was my SummerSlam. You know, tonight's show is what SummerSlam should have been. You know, we do every single match on this show. Every single match on this show is a great match. Every single match on this show was a great match, man. And, you know, if I had to choose like a match of the night, man, I'm going with Ilja, Dragunov, and Walter, man. That UK Championship match. And Adam Cole and the Kyle O'Reilly match. But if I had to choose between one of those two matches, might have to go with the Walter and Ilja Dragunov stuff. You know, because it was just so good, man. It was just so great. The back and forth was really good. The Ilja Dragunov, never say die attitude from Ilja Dragunov. And both of these guys really beat the crap out of each other, man. Dude, it just turned out to be a great match. Like every single match on this show is a great match. And what would have been better, man, for Takeover was if they were in front of a larger crowd. Like if they were in Vegas, it probably would have been better if they were in Vegas, NXT Takeover Vegas. And if they didn't want to be in Vegas, it probably should have done something in Florida, a bigger venue. But we had it at the Capitol Wrestling Center, man. That's the one downside of this show. It was at the Capitol Wrestling Center. But the crowd they brought it tonight. But that's the one thing I would have changed about tonight's show is the venue and stuff. But overall, man, great show. This show is what SummerSlam should have been. And so yeah, man. So that was it, man. That was it with NXT Takeover 36. And yeah, man. If you haven't done this already, man, hit the thumbs up, man. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. And if you're new to the channel, if you're watching this for the first time, man, subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button, and then right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell to be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded because I am here every single week, man. Tuesdays for NXT, Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite, Thursdays for Impact Wrestling, Fridays for AEW Rampage, and Saturdays and Sundays are for the pay-per-views, whether it's WWE pay-per-views, AEW pay-per-views, or Impact Wrestling pay-per-views. And so yeah, so this is our last pay-per-view, man, our last pay-per-view of the night of this week. So this is Sunday. And yeah, man, also tonight, man, we got a lot of new champions crowned tonight. A lot of new champions. So yeah, man, but I'm going to get into that in a little bit. So yeah, so first off, man, we have the pre-show. And of course, I don't watch the pre-show. So we had Ridge Holland. We had Ridge Holland versus Trey Baxter, and Ridge Holland he beats Trey Baxter in on the pre-show. And so we were live in the Capitol Wrestling Center. So yeah, I was disappointed by that. And so yeah, we started off the show with the $1 Million Championship match, and it was Cameron Grimes to the moon, with Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, in his corner versus L.A. Knight, who is the $1 Million Champion. And so yeah, so Grimes came out first, and he had his butler suit on, and so he took off the butler suit and he put it in a trash can. It was like a gold and silver trash can that was in the middle of the stage. And so Grimes had put the suit in the trash can. And so under the suit was his ring gear. And so, yeah. And so the stipulation in this match is if Knight would have won this match, then Ted DiBiase would be his butler. And Cameron Grimes would no longer be LA Knight's butler. And so, yeah, we started off the match. We had the crowd, they started chanting, "Let's get grimy." So they started chanting that for Cameron Grimes. And then Grimes had slapped Knight right in his face. And so, Grimes, he had took out Knight. And we had a PK kick to Knight off of the ring apron. And so we had an assisted drop kick to Knight. So yeah, we had Ted DiBiase. He just Irish whipped Cameron Grimes into LA Knight. And Grimes had hit a drop kick on Knight. So I don't know how that was legal. The referee saw it. The referee actually saw it. I don't know why the referee didn't throw him away, throw him out. Because that's an illegal move. He got involved in a match. But yeah, but he didn't do anything. The referee did not eject Ted DiBiase. So yeah, so we had a Knight. He had tripped up Grimes on the top rope at one point, and so that's when Knight he had to control of the match. And then we had a crossbody to Knight. He kicks out, and we had a pop-up powerbomb to Cameron Grimes, and he also kicks out. And so we had Knight. He went for a springboard moonsault, and he missed. LA Knight he usually don't go for the top rope. He rarely goes to the top rope. And so at that point we had Grimes. He started fighting back. We had a corner drop kick to Knight, and then we had the $1 Million Dream. So Grimes tried to go for the $1 Million Dream. So shades of Ted DiBiase. And so we had a diving bulldog to Grimes, and we had a torture rack facebuster or the burning hammer to Grimes, and he kicks out. And then Grimes he had hit his standing Spanish fly to Knight, and Knight kicks out. And so at one point, you had Cameron Grimes, he was bleeding right here from his eye. He was bleeding from his eye, so I don't know where that came from. But Cameron Grimes, he had a suplex. No, not suplex. Not Cameron Grimes. LA Knight, he had a German suplex on Cameron Grimes from the top rope. And so, yeah, Grimes, he had kicked out. So that was a crazy spot, man. A German suplex off the top rope. And so, Grimes, he had locked in the $1 Million Dream on Knight. And so Knight, he tried to fight out of it by covering Grimes. And so Knight, he had sent Cameron Grimes face first into the turnbuckle. And so Knight, he had came out of the ring. He went outside the ring. He grabbed the $1 Million Championship. And he tried to use it. He threw it in the ring and all that stuff. He tried to use it. The referee saw it. And the referee tried to take it away from him. And so we had Ted DiBiase. He got involved too. He got involved in the match for the second time. And Ted DiBiase, he punched LA Knight in the face. He punched him right in his face behind the referee's back. And so DiBiase, he threw the $1 Million Championship in the ring. And then, to distract the referee and all that stuff. And so Ted DiBiase, he locked in the $1 Million Dream on Knight outside the ring. And so DiBiase, that's when he brought Knight back into the ring. And so Cameron Grimes, to end the match, he had his finishing move, the cave in to LA Knight to win the match. So Cameron Grimes wins the match and is the new $1 Million Champion. So yeah, man, really good match, man. Feel good moment for Cameron Grimes. It would have been better if it was in a bigger arena. It would have came off a lot better, man. And so yeah, man. LA Knight He lose the match. What is next for LA Knight? He probably will get a rematch. He'll probably cry for a rematch because he really did get screwed over in the match. And Cameron Grimes, man, he's not gonna lose that title. That's the end. That's the end of the story. Cameron Grimes' goal was to win that $1 Million Championship. That was his goal since the beginning. And look at him now, man. He's the $1 Million Champion. $1 Million Champion. And so yeah, man. So yeah, that was it with that. Is Grimes gonna defend the championship? You know, if LA Knight fails to regain the $1 million championship, will he defend it against somebody else, or is it gonna be used as a prop? Kind of like maybe like the FTW championship is gonna be used like a prop, like the FTW championship, or is it gonna be defended? I don't know, man. I don't know. But I don't see anybody else on the NXT roster vying after the championship but LA Knight and Cameron Grimes. So I don't know what they're gonna do next with it. But yeah, man, that was it with the match, man. Feel good moment for Cameron Grimes. And so yeah, right after that, man, we had the NXT Women's Championship match, and it was Dakota Kai versus Raquel Gonzalez, who is the NXT Women's Champion. And so yeah, man, I love the match, man. I love the match, but I did not like the outcome, man. The wrong person won this match. So yeah, we had Dakota Kai. She slapped Gonzalez right in the face, and so Gonzalez, we had Kai. She used her speed against Gonzalez, and so yeah, Gonzalez started to get frustrated and all that stuff because she can't catch up to Kai. And so we had an arm bar. We had an arm bar to Gonzalez, and she fought out of it. And then Kai, kept using her speed against Gonzalez, try to avoid her. And so we had two follow-away slams to Dakota Kai, and the crowd started booing. So the crowd was pro Kai. It was pro Kai. And so we had a diving crossbody to Gonzalez, and then we had another follow-away slam to Kai. And so we had a run-in corner haluva kick. We had a haluva kick to Gonzalez to knock Gonzalez right out of the ring. And so Kai, she had brought Gonzalez back into the ring, and Gonzalez kicked out. And we had a code breaker. We had a code breaker to Gonzalez. She also kicks out. And then Gonzalez, at that point, she started fighting back. And we had a sidewalk slam to Dakota Kai, follow up by that spin invader bomb to Dakota Kai, and she kicks out. So that spin invader bomb is that same move that took out Xia Li. And so yeah, man. So Gonzalez, she tried to go for her finishing move, the Chingona bomb, that one-handed spine buster, or that one-handed power bomb to Dakota Kai, but Dakota Kai, she fought out of it. And so Gonzalez, she still had her in the position, and so Gonzalez just started swinging her into the turnbuckle and all that stuff. And so we had a sit-out power bomb to Dakota Kai, which was nice, man. And Kai kicks out, and then Dakota Kai, she started fighting back with kicks to Gonzalez, and then the crowd started chanting Team Kick. That's Dakota Kai. She's the leader of Team Kick. So the crowd started chanting Team Kick. And so Gonzalez dropped Kai on the top rope. And then, she landed right on the stage, that hard stage. And so that had to hurt. And so we had a super kick. We had a super kick to Gonzalez. And then Gonzalez asked for more, more punishment. And so Dakota Kai, she had the chiropractor to Gonzalez, and she kicks out. And then Kai, she started talking trash to Gonzalez and all that stuff. You were nothing without me. And then we had a diving foot stomp to Gonzalez. She kicks out. And we had a pump kick to Gonzalez while she was draped on the rope. And then, to end the match, we had the Chingona bomb. So Raquel Gonzalez hit the Chingona bomb to Kai off of the top rope. And that was it, man. That was it with the match. So Raquel Gonzalez wins the match and is still the NXT Women's Champion. Really, really good match, man. Really good match. Like, yeah, so right after that, man, we had Kaylee Ray from NXT UK, former NXT UK Women's Champion. I think the longest reigning NXT UK Champion, NXT Women's UK Champion, Kaylee Ray. And, she came out to her theme music. She stood on the stage, and she started taunting Raquel Gonzalez. So I'm guessing she's next for the championship, or she wants dibs for the championship. But she has to win first, man. She got to win first in order to get a championship match. But yeah, man, that was a really good match, man. Really good match. I love the ending with the power bomb off the top rope. Even though the wrong person won, that was still a great finish. But yeah, man, I really wanted Dakota Kai to win that match, man. She really needed that win. She needed that win, bro. It's like every single time she vied after the NXT Women's Championship, she failed time and time and time again. And you would think that tonight would have been her night to get the championship. After being there since 2017 and to never hold the NXT Women's Championship. And you have Raquel Gonzalez, man, who's been there, I want to say, since the Mae Young Classic, I think. She probably came in right after Raquel. she came in right after Dakota Kai, and Raquel Gonzalez, she was in the Mae Young Classic, and she wasn't, she was still learning. She was used as an enhancement talent at one point, and Dakota Kai brought her in, and she's been pushed to the top. And now, man, Dakota Kai, she's not even being rewarded. She's not even being rewarded for the NXT Women's Championship. I don't know why they didn't put the championship on Dakota Kai. That's one of the other problems I had on the show. This is one thing I had a problem with was this the outcome of this match, man. They should have gave it to Dakota Kai. She deserved it, man. She deserved that win. But yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's just how everything just played out, bro. With Dakota Kai getting the championship match, it would have been perfect, man. It would have been a perfect plan. A perfect plan executed. She turned on her friend, man. She turned on her friend. She called out anybody in the back to challenge Raquel Gonzalez for the championship. Nobody came out, and she just set her up. She set up Raquel Gonzalez, and Raquel Gonzalez didn't even see it coming with that big boot to the face on NXT. And she didn't see it coming. She didn't see it coming, and then you have Raquel Gonzalez calling her a sidekick and all that stuff. Man, like, dude, that should have been it. That should have been the good reason why you should have put the title on her, because she's not nobody's sidekick. She is nobody's sidekick. But yeah, to have Dakota Kai turn on Raquel Gonzalez, and then have Dakota Kai win the championship, man, it would have been perfect. That plan would have been perfect, perfectly executed if she would have won a title. But she didn't win, man. She didn't win. Now with Dakota Kai, I don't know what the hell they're gonna do with her next. She lost. She don't even deserve another NXT Women's Championship match after this, man. She lost. She lost. I don't know if they're gonna send her up to Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. She was on Main Event and she lost to Ilja, so she could be on the main roster. What show she's gonna be on, I don't know. Probably Monday Night Raw because they have too many women on SmackDown. So she most likely might be on Raw. But yeah, man. So that was it with that, man. That was it. Did not agree with the outcome, man. That should have been Dakota Kai moment. It should have been Dakota Kai's moment. And we crowned a lot of new champions. We crowned a lot of new champions, and having Dakota Kai winning the championship, man, that would have been the extra cherry on top of that cake. So yeah, man. So that was it with that. And so yeah, man. So right after that, we had the NXT UK Championship match. So this is the match of the night for me. The match of the night for me. So it was Ilja Dragunov versus Walter, who is the NXT UK champion. So yeah, man. I don't know if you guys had this problem, but my stuff was buffering. My Peacock was buffering when Walter came out to his theme music, and I was upset because I love Walter's theme music. I love his entrance and all that stuff, and I missed it because my stuff was buffering. So yeah, so Walter, who is the NXT UK champion, and yeah, just like what I said before, this is the best match on the show. And so we had a chop to Walter, and so Dragunov started using his speed against Walter, and so Walter started getting frustrated that Dragunov is avoiding him and all that stuff. And so, yeah, man, Dragunov at one point, man, he had caught Walter in midair. Like, Walter, he was going for not a high flying move, but he jumped up. And, Dragunov had caught him in midair and slammed him. So that was freaking awesome, man. And so, yeah, both of these guys, they were going back and forth for strikes and all that stuff. And Dragunov, he had blocked Walter's chop. So, yeah, if he would have hit him with that chop, that would have been it. But yeah, he blocked the chop. He blocked the chop midway. And so yeah, man. And when I was watching this match, I was thinking, man, Walter is like a final boss. He's like a final boss of a video game. That final boss that's damn near impossible to beat. That's what Walter is, man. It's y'all play video games, man. And you on a lower level, man. You on a lower level, and you trying to fight this final boss that's on a higher level than you. And in one hit, that if that person hits you, if the final boss hits you like with one hit, your health bar would be all the way down to like 1%. That's what Walter is, man. He's that powerful final boss in a video game that is damn near impossible to beat. So yeah, man, that's what Walter reminds me of. He is that final boss in a video game. And so yeah, man. So yeah, so Walter, he slapped Dragunov in his face. And we had a powerbomb to Dragunov on a ring apron. So that was freaking nasty. And so we had a German suplex to Dragunov. And then we had a Boston Crab submission move to Dragunov. And so we had the bulldog choke to Dragunov, and then Walter, he had kicked Dragunov. And so yeah, man, his strikes are just so brutal, man. Walter is. His strikes are so brutal. That's why I said, man, one strike, man, can take you out. One strike that Walter does can absolutely knock you out. And so yeah, these guys was going back and forth with strikes. And we had clotheslines to Walter, and he was still standing up again, man, just like that final boss. You know, you trying to use your moves on him, and the guy's still standing up. And so yeah, we had an exploder suplex to Dragunov, and then Walter, he had chopped Dragunov, which was loud, man. Like he chopped Dragunov, that thing was loud. That thing sounded like a firecracker. And so we had a big boot to Dragunov, and then Dragunov chopped Walter, and we had a knee strike to Walter, and we had a clothesline from hell to Dragunov. So shades of JBL right there, man. And Dragunov, he kicks out. And so we had a chop to Dragunov's back. So, oh my God, bro. Dude, Walter's chop is already devastating right now. Like, it's already brutal now. You know, it's already brutal as it is. But to get chopped in the back by Walter, man, oh my God, dude. That had to hurt, man. That's probably even worse than getting chopped in the chest. Do you get chopped in your back? But yeah. So Dragunov, he's fired up after that, man. That chop from Walter is just firing him up some more. Like the harder he kept getting hit, the more fired up he got. And so yeah, we had a German suplex to Walter. And so yeah, both of these guys back and forth, counter after counter after counter, man. Every single move, the other guy had an answer for it. And so we had a slam to Walter. So Dragunov, he muscled up Walter, man. Walter is not a small guy, man. Walter is a big freaking dude. And Dragunov is the smaller guy, and he picked up Walter the way he did, bro. Oh my gosh, man. Really strong. And so we had a "This is awesome" chant. Indeed, it mother freaking was. It was freaking awesome. And so we had a diving drop kick to Walter, and then a diving senton to Walter. And we had a sleeper hold to Dragunov, followed up by a suplex. And then we had Walter, he hit the, not Walter, he had Dragunov, he hit the torpedo Moscow to Walter in the back of Walter's head. And so we had a holy shit from the crowd. So yeah, man, that's exactly what it was, man. And so yeah, we had a torpedo Moscow to Walter, and he kicks out. And so I was like, what? He kicked out of the torpedo Moscow. And so yeah, Dragunov's chest, man, oh my God, it is freaking beat red at that point. It is beat red. And so we had chops to Walter. So Dragunov tried to give Walter a taste of his own medicine. And so yeah, so Walter, he had chopped Dragunov, and so that knocked Dragunov down, and he went for the cover. Walter did, and Dragunov kicked out. And so we had a superplex. We had a superplex to Walter, which was brutal. And we had a diving drop kick to Walter. And then we had a shotgun drop kick to Dragunov, which was freaking impressive, man. And then we had a powerbomb to Dragunov, stacked him up with that powerbomb. He kicked out. And then we had Walter, he slapped Dragunov over and over and over again. And he followed that up with a knee strike to Dragunov's chest. So that had to hurt, man. Because Walter, he's not even wearing knee pads. But to get kneed in the chest by a guy that's not wearing knee pads, man, that had to hurt. And so, yeah, we had a powerbomb to Dragunov. And then we had a top rope splash to Dragunov. And he kicks out. He kicks out. Now, I was like, what? And at that point, I thought that was it. Because that's the same move that he won the NXT UK Championship with. When he beat Pete Dunne at NXT TakeOver New York several years ago when he first won his championship. So yeah, he actually beat Pete Dunne with that top rope slash. And so to have Dragunov kicked out of it, I was shocked, man. And so yeah, we had elbow strikes to Walter. We had a sleeper hold to Walter. And then yeah, we had strikes to Walter. And so yeah, man. So Dragunov, man, I'm telling you, bro. Dragunov had that never say die attitude. Dragunov was all over this, man. He was all over this, man. He fighting tooth and nail, bro, to get that NXT UK Championship. And so we had a sleeper hold on Walter, and we had kicks to Walter, and then we had strikes to Walter. So this guy was freaking kicking him, hitting him in his face, slapping him in his face. And then Dragunov, he had locked in a sleeper hold. He locked in a sleeper hold on Walter. And so Walter tapped out, and I was like, oh my God. Like, dude, this is the first time he tapped out. I was like, oh, dude, I was shocked. I was shocked, dude. So yeah, so Ilja Dragunov wins the match and is the new NXT United Kingdom champion. So Walter's longest reigning I think it was like at 800 days or something like that, 872 days as NXT UK champion, went to an end. Went to an end. He held the championship from NXT. He held the championship from 2019 all the way to 2021 or 2021, whatever you want to call it. He held it that long, bro. Held it that long, bro. Freaking impressive. And he beat Walter. He beat Walter, man. And so yeah, man. So Dragunov is a new NXT UK champion, man. Awesome match, man. Awesome, 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 awesome. And I love every single second of this match. I love every second of this match. This is the best match on the show, bro. My match of the night. And so yeah, man, I like the intensity, man. The intensity was there from Dragunov and Walter, man. I just loved it. I love the story too, man. Just Dragunov's fighting spirit and all that stuff, and Walter being this final boss that you can't beat. Just giving it to Dragunov, and Dragunov is just fighting back, fighting back. I love it, man. And so yeah, man. But Walter tapping out, man, that shocked the hell out of me. It shocked the living hell out of me. Like Walter is the last person I thought would have ever tapped out to anybody. The way that he tapped out, man, that was shocking as hell. And so yeah, man. And speaking of hell, they beat the hell out of each other. So yeah, man. So that was it, man. That was it with the match. Really awesome match, man. The match of the night. If it's not the match of the night, man, it is the match of the freaking year, man. The match of the year in WWE. If it's not the match of the year in WWE, man, these people don't know nothing about. These people don't deserve. These people don't deserve to talk about wrestling, man. Like these people don't know what a great wrestling match is if this match is not the match of the year or talked about as one of the matches of the year. So yeah, man. So yeah, definitely the match of the night for me. For me, man. So yeah, man. So that was it with that, man. And so right after that, we have McKenzie Mitchell. She interviews Cameron Grimes, who is the new $1 million champion with Ted DiBiase. So yeah, so Grimes, he has said that his father is looking down on him right now, smiling at his son, that his son is the $1 million champion. And so yeah, so Grimes, he had dedicated his win to his dad, his late father. And so Ted DiBiase, he said that he's proud of Cameron Grimes, everything he's been through and all that stuff. He always believed in Cameron Grimes. And he said that they're going to party tonight. And so Grimes, he has said that there will be a celebration on Tuesday. Not only are we going to party tonight, but there's also going to be a celebration on Tuesday. And so you're all invited. And so yeah, so that was it with that. So yeah, so right after that, we had Mr. Regal, or William Regal. He came to the back. He was with Samoa Joe. So Samoa Joe was getting ready for his match against Kross for the NXT Championship. And so Mr. Regal, he had told Joe to kick Kross's ass, like kick his ass. And so yeah, that was it with that. And so right after that, man, we had a 2 out of 3 falls count match, or 2 out of 3 falls match, and it was titled the Undisputed Finale. So that's Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole, baby. So yeah, so this is also one of my other matches of the night, but I'm going with the Walter and Ilja Dragunov match over this match, man. But yeah, so yeah, both of these guys, they were going right after each other. We had a diving knee to Cole off the ring apron, and so O'Reilly started kicking Cole, and we had a punk kick to O'Reilly, and then we had elbow start to Cole, and Cole kicks out of the move, and then O'Reilly locked in the ankle lock on Cole, and then Cole hit a Shining Wizard on O'Reilly. He kicks out, and then Cole hit the Insecurity kick on O'Reilly, and then O'Reilly hit the discus clothesline to Cole and kicks out, and then Cole hit a super kick, and super kick Kyle O'Reilly in midair, and so at that point, Cole was about to go for the Panama Sunrise, his other finishing move, but O'Reilly had reversed it. He reversed it and turned it into a roll up to win the first fall. So Kyle O'Reilly wins the first fall. So the first fall was a regular wrestling match, and so Kyle O'Reilly, he chose this first fall and he won the first fall. And so Cole is shocked, no pun intended. He was shocked. And so we're now at the second fall, and the second fall is a street fight. And so this is what Cole chose. Cole chose the street fight for the second fall. And so yeah, we had a diving drop kick to Cole. He had a trash can over his head. O'Reilly had a trash can put over Cole's head. And so O'Reilly had jumped off the ring apron and hit a drop kick to Cole. So that had to hurt, man. And so we had a super kick to O'Reilly on the top rope. So O'Reilly was on the top rope, and Cole had super kicked him off the top rope. And O'Reilly had hurt his ribs. He had hurt his ribs. So that was the focus of the second fall, the ribs. And so O'Reilly hit, or Cole, he had hit O'Reilly with the chair. And so Cole, he had set up a chair. He had set up a chair in the corner. And so Cole, this was smart right here, man. This was smart by Cole. So yeah, so first off, man, we had Cole. He had set the chair up in the corner, and he went to go Irish whip O'Reilly into the corner. But O'Reilly, he saw the chair, so he slid down, and then O'Reilly, he hit his ribs on a ring post. So I guess Cole knew that he was gonna reverse the chair, but yeah, he knew he was gonna reverse the chair and hit his ribs on a ring post. So that's smart. Smart from Cole, man. Smart from Cole. And so yeah, Cole, he had hit O'Reilly with the kendo stick right in the ribs. So he kept going after those ribs. And so at one point, Cole, he was about to go for the last shot, but he faked it. O'Reilly thought he was about to hit the last shot. But, because O'Reilly, he had his head over his hand over his head like this to protect himself from the last shot. But Cole, he had grabbed the kendo stick and he had whacked O'Reilly with the kendo stick right in his back. And so we had a backstabber. We had a backstabber to O'Reilly with the kendo stick. So that had to hurt, bro. Had to hurt. And so Adam Cole, he had locked in the lockjaw. He had locked in the lockjaw to Kyle O'Reilly. So shades of Dr. Britt Baker, DMD right there, man. So yeah, that was really cool, man. And so at that point, Adam Cole, he was talking trash to O'Reilly, man. Adam Cole, another thing that Adam Cole is good at, he is good at talking trash, man. He is good at talking trash. And so yeah, so that fired up O'Reilly, man. O'Reilly started fighting back. He had a German suplex to Cole. And so he had a PK kick to Cole. And then we had a dragon screw. We had a dragon screw to Cole on a chair. So that had to hurt, man. And so we had a "You Still Suck" chant to O'Reilly. So O'Reilly's supposed to be the babyface in this feud, and he getting booed. So yeah, man. So yeah, O'Reilly, he had ran into the chair in the corner. He eventually ran into the chair that was in the corner that was set up by Cole earlier. And so both of these guys, they hit each other with double pump kicks, so they knocked each other out. And so Cole, he had grabbed a chain under the ring. I don't know where he found it from or how he knew a chain would have been right there, but he found a chain under the ring, and then O'Reilly grabbed one too. So they both had chains, and so they started hitting each other with the chains wrapped around their fist and all that stuff. And so he had a super kick to O'Reilly, and he kicks out. And so O'Reilly, he threw Cole into the plexiglass off the stage. So they were fighting on the stage at one point, and O'Reilly just threw Cole off the stage into the plexiglass. And so we had a neck breaker. We had a neck breaker to O'Reilly on the floor. And so the crowd started cheering for Adam Cole, chanting Adam Cole. And so, yeah, this is, So yeah, so we had Cole, he had set up two chairs. He sat the chairs down, and he sat the chairs back to back. Like he had the chairs sitting back to back like this. And so, yeah, and we had O'Reilly hit the Ushigoroshi to Cole. And so O'Reilly was about to go for a top rope move on Cole on those chairs. And so yeah, man, Cole, he had threw Kyle O'Reilly from the top of the off the top of the rope, and then Kyle O'Reilly, he landed spine first on the top of the chairs, like the top of the chair, like the top of this chair right here, man, the top of the steel chair, top of the steel chairs, man. And oh man, oh man, that dude, that had to hurt, man. That reminded me of that spot that Cole had took with that Aleister Black match that he had with Aleister Black at TakeOver that one year. I think it was TakeOver Philadelphia, when Aleister Black had freaking slammed Adam Cole on the top of that chair. Dude, that was painful as hell, man. Oh my god, man. I like never would I ever agree to take a move like that. And I think Cole actually went to O'Reilly and asked him, was he all right? But yeah, man. But after that, man, Cole, he had the last shot. He had the last shot on O'Reilly to win the second fall. So Adam Cole, baby, wins the second fall. So now we're at the third fall. We're at the third fall. So yeah, this was really smart, man. Really smart. Kyle O'Reilly, he won his fall as a regular wrestling match, and Cole won the second fall in the street fight. So I loved that. I loved that he played it off right there. I loved it. And so yeah, so the third fall is what Mr. Regal had chose. Mr. Regal had chose the third fall. And so the third fall is a steel cage match. And so we had the cage, it was lowering down. The cage, this was nice, man. The cage that came from the side. It didn't come from the top. It just came from the sides. And so yeah, man. Like, how the cage would just be at the top and all that stuff. It was at the top, but it was on side by side. It was side by side. So they put down each side one at a time, so I like that spot. And so yeah, while the cage was being lowered down and all that stuff, we had the medical team. They went to go check on O'Reilly after that brutal chair shot, that brutal chair spot. And so yeah, during that we had Cole. We had Cole. He attacked O'Reilly while he was being checked out by the medical team. And so Cole, he had powerbomb. He had powerbomb Kyle O'Reilly on the announce table, and the announce table didn't even break. It did not break. So yeah, that had to hurt, man. You get powerbomb on the table, on the announce table, and the table didn't even break. Oh my God. And so yeah, so Cole, he had threw O'Reilly into the cage over and over and over again. And so O'Reilly started fighting back. And so we had a diving knee drop to Cole. And so Cole went for the last shot. O'Reilly dodged it. And so O'Reilly hit Cole with his own finishing move. He hit Cole with the last shot. And then Cole kicks out of his own finishing move. And so Cole, he had hit O'Reilly with a low blow, which is legal. And so, yeah, so Cole, he tried to leave the cage by climbing it. So, yeah, you can escape the cage, too. You can win it by pinfall submission or by escaping the cage. And so, yeah, man, so yeah, we had a springboard Panama Sunrise to O'Reilly, and he kicks out. And at that point, I was like, come on, dude. What? Like, why is he kicking out of his finishing move? Why is he kicking out of the Panama Sunrise, his other finishing move? Like, why? Come on, man. And then he hit it off the ropes, man. The springboard Canadian Destroyer, bro. How can you kick out of that, man? How can you kick out of that? And so yeah, he kicked out of it. And so Cole, at one point, this is smart by Cole. He had a pair of handcuffs. He had a pair of handcuffs in his under his tape wrist. I don't know how he managed to put that under his. How he managed to have handcuffs under his wrist tape. But he pulled it out of his wrist tape, and he locked up Kyle O'Reilly's hand and the handcuffs on the ropes. So he locked him on the ropes with the handcuffs. And so Cole, he had super kicked O'Reilly twice, and as he was super kicking O'Reilly, he was talking trash to O'Reilly and all that stuff. And so to end the match, man, we had Kyle O'Reilly. He locked in the knee bar to Cole, and Kyle O'Reilly, he was still locked in the handcuffs on the ropes and all that stuff, and he locked in the knee bar and all that stuff. And so, yeah, he locked in the knee bar while he was handcuffed, and he made Adam Cole tap out. I was like, dude, how in the world did he tap out while this guy was tied to handcuffs on a rope? Like, come on, man. How did that make any sense? You get beat by a guy that was handcuffed. You tap out to a guy that was handcuffed to the ropes. Come on, man. And so the crowd started chanting bullshit. They chanted bullshit. And so, yeah, it was, man. It really was, man. The ending was bullshit. So yeah, man. So yeah, Kyle O'Reilly wins the match. We all knew that Kyle O'Reilly was gonna win because Adam Cole is on his way out of the company. And so yeah, man, this is also a great match. Awesome match, man. Awesome match. A lot of crazy spots in this match, and just like the Walter and Ilja Dragunov match, these guys beat the hell out of each other, man. And yeah, man. And this could be cold. Cole's contract expires tomorrow, man. It expires tomorrow, or expires at midnight or something like that. Because tomorrow he's a free agent. He's a free agent, man. He's a free agent tomorrow. So yeah, so this is his very last match. Now, he's not going. I hope and pray that he does not go to the main roster. I hope and pray that he leaves, that he get the hell out of WWE, like for real. Because him losing to O'Reilly is a signal that he's leaving. As Adam Cole, that's it, man. That's it for Adam Cole. There's nothing left for him to do in NXT. There's nothing left for him to do in WWE. People can say, "Oh, he's gonna go to the main roster." He hasn't even been to the main roster yet. But yeah, why would you want him to be on the main roster? That's the thing. Why would you want him to be on the main roster? Have you looked at that track record on NXT talent being booked on the main roster? And you think they're gonna do this? You think they're gonna treat Adam Cole right? A guy like Adam Cole right? No, they're not gonna treat him right. They're gonna talk about his size. They're gonna call him short, and they're gonna call him a midget and all that stuff. And dude, they're not gonna book him the right way. So that's why, man, Adam Cole, he needs to go, man. He needs to get out of there. He really does, man. And so yeah, man. So off to AEW he goes, man. Off to AEW he goes, bro. And so yeah, man. And Kyle O'Reilly, man, what is next for Kyle O'Reilly? I don't know. Maybe a win over Adam Cole, man, deserves a championship opportunity. It deserves a championship opportunity. He should go after the NXT North American Championship. Either that or the Cruiserweight Championship. You know, him and Kushida got unfinished business. He actually beat Kushida in a non-title match. So he could be going up against Kushida. And Roderick Strong got his eyes on the Cruiserweight title too. So Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly, they could have a feud too, man. Them being in the Undisputed Era and all that stuff. So yeah, man. So yeah, I can see him either going after the North American Championship or the Cruiserweight title. I'll probably send him after the Cruiserweight title first. You know, it'll probably be more interesting to see him versus Kushida and him versus Roddy than to see him versus Swerve and all that stuff. Do that after the Cruiserweight title situation stuff. But yeah, man. The crowd they booed O'Reilly, man. They booed O'Reilly, bro. They booed him. And he was the babyface. He was the babyface in the feud. He was the babyface in the feud, and he got booed. And people were chanting, "You still suck" and all that stuff. Yeah, man. Oh. So yeah, that was it with that. And so right after that, we had McKenzie Mitchell. She interviews Ilja Dragunov, who is the new NXT UK champion. And so Ilja Dragunov, he said that the ring general is finished. He's done. I conquered him. I beat him. He's been champion for a very long time, and I've dethroned the ring general. And so he ended off by saying, "Long live the Czar." Whatever that means, I don't know. But he said, "Long live the Czar." And so yeah, man. So that was it with that. So congratulations once again to Ilja Dragunov. And so right after that, we had Legado del Fantasma as Santos Escobar, Joaquin Wilde, and Raul Mendoza. They spoke. They talked about Hit Row and all that stuff, and Isaiah Swerve Scott, and they were basically promoting their tag team match on Tuesday, their 6-man tag team match on Tuesday. And Escobar, he ended off by saying that he who laughs last laughs best. So that was it. And so right after that was the main event, and it was for the NXT Championship, and it was Samoa Joe versus Carrion Cross, who is the NXT champion. So this is Samoa Joe's first match back in the ring since February of 2020. That is a long time, bro, to be out of the ring. And so yeah, so Joe came out first, of course, and then Cross came out last, of course, because he's the champion. And so yeah, when Cross came out, man, when Cross had came out, no Scarlett. Scarlett was not there. And so while Cross was making his ring entrance, we had the crowd started chanting, "Where is Scarlett? Where is Scarlett? Where is Scarlett?" And the crowd knows, man. Like, dude, where was Scarlett? Where was Scarlett? Why was she not there? Like, why? I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. Why would you take Scarlett away from Cross? That's my thing. Why do they separate these two? They are better together, man. Cross is nothing without Scarlett. He is nothing without Scarlett. He's nothing without the ring music and all that stuff, the entrance music. Man, what Adam Cole said in that promo, bro, that Karrion Cross, it rings true to this very day, man, because they are ruining him, Cross, man. They ruining him on the main roster, but I digress, man. But yeah, so yeah, Cross came out with no Scarlett. And so we started off the match. When we started off the match, we got a "Joe is gonna kill you" chant from the crowd. And so yeah, Cross, he started kicking Joe in his leg. And so we had a Hardy chant. We had a Hardy chant from the crowd to Cross. So yeah, they were chanting Hardy to Cross. Because he has a feud with Jeff Hardy, and then on his first match on Monday Night Raw, he lost to Jeff Hardy. And so we had corner jabs and chops to Cross. We had a corner Issegiri kick to Cross. And then Joe had locked in a coquina clutch on Cross. And then Cross had turned it into a Doomsday Saito suplex. And so we had a forearm. We had a forearm to the back of Joe's head. And so that knocked Joe out of the ring. And so we had Cross, he had the Doomsday Saito suplex to Joe. And Joe kicks out. And so Cross, he had locked in an ankle lock on Joe. And then Joe had overpowered it. And so we had a Tope Suicida to Cross. I loved it, man. I love Samoa Joe's Tope Suicida, bro. I love it. And he followed it up with an elbow strike. When he hit it, man, like Samoa Joe is a big guy, man. He's a big guy, and he hitting a Tope Suicida, bro. Oh my God, bro. And when he hit the Tope Suicida, he go for that elbow strike, man. So that's even more explosive, man. And so yeah, man. So we had an exploder suplex to Joe, and we had a snap power slam to Kross, which was nasty, bro. Kross had landed right on his head, man, off of that snap power slam. And so we had a power bomb to Kross. He kicks out, and then Joe had locked in the STF on Kross, and then Joe had turned into STF. He went from an STF to a crossface, and then Kross had put his foot on the rope to break up the hold. And so we had a knee strike to Kross, or a knee strike to Joe rather, and then Joe kicks out. And then we had a DDT, a regular style DDT, old school DDT to Joe, and he kicks out. And we had an overhead belly to belly suplex to Kross to create some space. And then both of these guys, they were going back and forth for strikes. And we had a big boot followed up by a running senton to Carrion Cross, which was nice from Joe. And so Joe, he had locked in the coquina clutch. He locked in the coquina clutch to Kross, and then Kross turned in, he fought out of it and locked in a cross jacket to Joe. And then he had hit Joe in the back of the head with that forearm strike. And then, Joe, he was draped on the ropes. And then Joe hit a Uranagi on Kross. And then he had a insecurity kick on Kross. And so to end the match, man, we had Joe. He hit the muscle buster. He hit the muscle buster to Kross to win the match. So when is the last time you seen a muscle buster? When is the last time you seen Joe hit the muscle buster, man? I remember the last time he hit it was on Tyson Kidd. He hit it on Tyson Kidd, and it ended his career. It ended Tyson Kidd's career. So yeah, he had to stop using it, and so he finally brought it back. We brought the muscle buster back, and yeah, man. So Samoa Joe wins the match and is the new NXT champion, man, and the first ever 3-time NXT champion. So yeah, man, great match, man. Joe looked good. At parts, even though he looked good, but there were parts that he started. He looked like he was out of it, man. It looked like he was out of it. Towards the end, it looked like he was out of it, but he still looked good, man. He didn't even lose a step. But yeah, man, happy for Joe, man. Happy for Joe that he's finally doing something important. He's finally in the ring, because WWE, they never put him in the ring. They never pushed it. They never gave Joe the ball. He should have been WWE champion when he was feuding with AJ Styles. He should have been the WWE champion. Like when he was feuding with AJ Styles and all that stuff, and he brought his wife into it and his daughter into it. I love that stuff. I really did. And he came to AJ Styles' house and all that stuff. That should have been the time they should have put the WWE championship on him. But they didn't even put it on him. I don't know if it was his injuries or what. They were probably afraid that he was going to get injured too much, because he has been injured. But yeah, man, he should have been WWE champion. He should have been WWE champion at least once. But yeah, man, yeah, he's in NXT now. He's the NXT World Heavyweight Champion, so he's a world champion now in NXT. So yeah, man, yeah, he would have never gotten that treatment on the main roster, never. But yeah, man. So Joe is the new NXT champion, man. New NXT champion, and that's it for Kross. That's it for Kross. That's it for Kross. Off to Monday Night Raw you go. Off to Monday Night Raw you go, and he's gonna lose. He's gonna continue to lose on Monday Night Raw. He don't even have Scarlett. You took the NXT championship away from him. Well, first off, as the NXT champion, you send him on Monday Night Raw when he have a match against Joe at TakeOver. You send him on Monday Night Raw. You had him lose to Jeff Hardy, and then you had him lose to Keith Lee. You had him beat Keith Lee, and then you have him lose to Keith Lee, and you have him lose, man. He shouldn't be losing at all. And you brought him up as the NXT champion on the main roster, man. Like, dude, that's a no-no in itself. You don't do that, man. When Kevin Owens was the NXT champion, you brought him up on the main roster. Did he ever lose? No, he didn't ever lose. He actually beat John Cena in his first match. His first match on the main roster as the NXT champion, he beat John Cena. And they should have done the same thing to Karrion Cross when he showed up on the main roster as NXT champion. Now have him lose to Jeff Hardy. I know Jeff Hardy is a legend and everything. He's a legend, one of the greatest. But let's be honest, man. Have they ever booked Jeff Hardy the right way? Have they ever booked Jeff Hardy the right way since then? Since now? No, they haven't. They haven't been booking Jeff Hardy the right way lately. He's been booked like a jobber, man. And you had Karrion Cross lose to a person that's been treated like a jobber. But yeah, man. Yeah, that's it, man. That's it. But Cross is on the main roster now, and it would have been better. It would have been better if Joe would have been if Joe would have beat the streak, not have him lose, on Monday Night Raw as the NXT champion, his first loss. It would have been better if Joe would have beat him first. And then if you want to have him lose on the main roster, then go ahead and have him lose on the main roster. But you had his undefeated streak be broken by Jeff Hardy on Monday Night Raw instead of having it beaten by Joe. But yeah, man, so that was it with that. That was it with the show. That was it with the main event. Now, Samoa Joe, who will challenge Samoa Joe for the championship? That's what I want to know. Who is lined up? Who wants to fight Joe? Because I know some guys in the back that want to go after Joe. Pete Dunne, Adam Cole. Nah, Adam Cole is on his way out, so it's not going to be Adam Cole. You know, Pete Dunne. It could be anybody. It could be who else? Who else is on that roster? A heel, a top heel that can go after the championship. I guess Johnny Gargano. You could say Johnny Gargano. Who else? I said Pete Dunne. I don't know, man. I really don't know. You can include somebody. You can include some people from the mid card division. If you wanna have somebody go after the NXT Championship, but yeah, man, there are some guys that Joe can fight for the NXT Championship. Oh yeah, Walter. It could be Walter, man. It could be Walter. But they might hold off on that. Walter might be the guy that take the championship off of Joe. He might be that guy to take the championship off of Joe. That's only if Walter wants to stay in the United States, because I know he doesn't want to live in the United States. I know he doesn't want to, but if he wants to, man, I can see Walter as the new NXT champion. But yeah, man. But yeah, that was it, man. That was it with NXT, man. That was it with NXT. And man, I am not looking forward with the changes, man. I am not looking forward with the changes of NXT. Their new edict and all that stuff, pushing the bigger guys, getting rid of all the smaller guys. You know, saying that, oh, no more midgets over 30 years old and all that stuff. That's what Vince McMahon says. Vince McMahon don't know nothing about talent. And so yeah, man, and yeah, man. The future of NXT, man, this could be the last NXT takeover, man. This could be the last NXT takeover ever, bro. And they're gonna get there. And Vince McMahon has already gotten his hands on NXT, and he ruined NXT. He killed NXT. He released 13 or 14 stars from NXT, and man, that's it, man. That's it. That is it. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday. For NXT. And man, I am not looking forward to it. I am not looking forward to these next NXT, because changes are coming. We've heard it. We heard it from released superstars that came from NXT, saying that there were changes. There were changes to NXT. And one of those guys, I think it was Asher Hale, he did an interview and all that stuff. And he said that he was in the middle. You know, when he got released, they were in the middle of making changes to NXT. And he said that he didn't fit that criteria. He didn't fit that criteria that, you know, Vince McMahon wanted with NXT. You know, Ashley Hell is a cruiserweight. He was on 205 Live, and he's not a big guy. So they had to let go the older guys. They had to let go of the older guys, and they had to let go of the smaller guys, older and smaller guys. And yeah, man, that's just sad, man. That is absolutely sad. You're gonna base somebody's talent off of their size and their age. That's not right. You can't do that. You can't base nobody's talent off of their size and their age and all that stuff. But yeah, man. Yeah, I am going on a rant, man. But yeah, man, NXT TakeOver, man. NXT TakeOver 36 was the best show, man. Really great show. A hell of a lot better than SummerSlam. I'll tell you that much. A hell of a lot better than SummerSlam. And that's what SummerSlam needed to be. SummerSlam needed to be like TakeOver tonight. And this was SummerSlam. This is my SummerSlam. Best show, man. It would have been a lot better if they were in a bigger arena. But yeah, it's still a great show, man. Still a great show. And yeah, man. And just like what I said before, the Walter and the Ilja Dragunov match was the best match on the show for me, man. Best match on the show for me. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly match was really good, but if I had to choose, the Dragunov and Walter match was the best match on the show. Every other match was great too. Every match on this show was great, but the Walter and the Dragunov match was the best match on the show. The best match on the show for me. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say it, but it was the best match on the show. The best match on the show, bro. But yeah, man, that was it, man. That was it with NXT TakeOver 36. And if you like this video, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up if you're new to the channel. And if you're watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button. And then right next to that subscribe button is a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know my next video is uploaded because I am here each and every single week, man. Tuesdays for NXT, Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite, Thursdays for Impact Wrestling, Fridays for AEW Rampage, Saturdays and Sundays for pay-per-views, whether it's WWE pay-per-views, AEW pay-per-views, or Impact Wrestling pay-per-views. And, you know, this case was WWE pay-per-views. So, yeah, man. And, yeah, man, follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. And, yeah, man, comment down below, man. Tell me how you felt about NXT TakeOver 36. Tell me how you felt about it. And, yeah, man. And if you missed my Go Home episode, the Go Home show review for NXT TakeOver 36, the last show, the last NXT that we saw before NXT TakeOver 36, the video is going to be right up here. And a link to that video will be down below in the description. So make sure you click up here or click down below in the description. And yeah, man, share this video, man. Share this video with each and every single person that you come across on a day-to-day basis. Anybody, man. Show it to anybody and share it, man. And yeah, man. And I'll see you guys on Tuesday for NXT. See you guys on Tuesdays for NXT. And yeah, man. Once again, guys, thank you for the support. Thank you for the love and the support for the show. Thank you, and thank you, man. And yeah, man. And this has been the Ryan Awesome Show. Take care, stay safe, and don't forget to be awesome. And that's that.